What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to Moody Studios. Today we are going behind the scenes for a photo shoot I did for American Loom, and I'm going to show you a bit of the process of me creating these photos, how to pose models and things of that nature. Moody, out. The first step in creating high quality product photos is making sure that you understand what your client wants and what you can provide for them. So with American Loom, they wanted high quality, white background, posed photos. In doing that, I needed to make sure that I understood the type of poses they wanted, the type of reference points that they were looking at, and the type of websites they were looking at. Next on that list is making sure that you have the proper lighting. For this shoot specifically, we had a flash and we had a consistent light that bounced off the wall to make sure that the left side of them is always lit and that the flash is catching the front of them in the poses and everything, so that that's the more bright side. Now when you're doing this type of product photography, when you have to involve other people, models for example, you have to make sure that your model is comfortable with you, comfortable with posing, comfortable with taking direction, not being insulted by the way that you're talking to them or the way that you hold or run your shoot. So me, I always like to make sure that my model is very comfortable. I like to crack jokes. I like to make sure that they understand that we're doing this together. It's not just me, because without them, this couldn't really happen. So when it comes to composition for this specific job, the main thing was making sure that the models were posed in like a natural way, not so staticky like a stock photo, but more along the lines of them walking, them scratching their neck, them playing with their hair, them putting on a hood, stuff like that. American Loom didn't want the staticky retro regular photos that you would see on maybe like Amazon or Walmart stock product. They wanted more energy, more liveliness in their website. They wanted you to actually see yourself in these clothes and see the best version in which that you could be in these clothes. Now on to editing. See, this right here is my bread and butter. I really do enjoy editing my photos after the shoot. Now don't get me wrong, sometimes it takes hours, and I mean hours, to make everything right, make everything look good, make sure all the backgrounds are the exact same consistency of white or clear and sharpness, and like making sure that every photo that you took is a point where it would represent you no matter which one they picked. It's something that I hold myself to a high standard on when it comes to editing and making sure that the photos are of the caliber that they need to be. The process in which I do edit my photos is first I take them into Photoshop and make sure that the backgrounds are consistent. So if they want a white background, I make sure that all the backgrounds are white. And I'm talking about top corner white, not anywhere in between that. No, I don't trust that. For any other one, I try to do maybe like a off, like if they're wearing a white t-shirt or anything that is of a lighter color, I try to make sure that we have a background that's a bit darker, like gray, just to make sure that it can separate from the background so you can fully see the shirt and the texture on the shirt. After I've done all of that in Photoshop, I make sure to take them all into Lightroom and to make sure I do all the little editing and remove blemishes and stuff like that, like lint on the clothing. For me, it's a lot easier to do it in Lightroom because it's mainly just a click of a button. In Photoshop, you kind of have to go around everything. That's one of the ways you could do it. Personally, I like Lightroom. That's where I started editing. That's how I got into editing more and venturing into Photoshop now to make, because like it's a bit more particular, more specific when it comes to the things that you would want to do. And yeah, these are the photos that came out of that shoot. And there you have it. That is my process for how I created these photos for American Loom. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And if you guys like this type of content, I'll try and document more of my process and things of that nature. If you guys have any questions, just please let me know down in the comments. Moody out.